Yo, do me a favor. Go to my YouTube page, bro, and see if you can see my gameplay right now. Uh, just look up Brandon Jamal on YouTube. Mike, can you see it? It's like it's weird streaming. I normally stream through YouTube, if anything.
I'm saying, like, you need to look at PlayStation period. Like, shouldn't it be easier to
Yeah, just click on it. Yeah. All right. See if you can. I want to pull it up on yours and see. I want to see what your connection speed is to see. Try to take a guess at how slow it's going. So. Oh, okay, cool. So these are all the talents. Like you just read through each one and try to stack each talent accordingly to kind of get a view as far as what you want. You well, I guess I can pick anything, so I'll just do this one. So for weapons, each weapon gets 3 talents. So you have Unforgiving, Predatory, Prepared, Vicious, Determined, Meticulous, and Sustain. So each section is random. And once you pick one, it's rerolled as that. The other 2 become locked. So if you get a weapon that has 2 good talents as a crappy third, you would obviously get rid of the crappy third one. But so that's, and everything costs Phoenix credits. So for all weapons, if you want to re-enhance a weapon or re-talent a weapon, everything, it all costs Phoenix credits. So save up your Phoenix credits for weapons. For gear, they cost money. Every time you re-roll a gear, it costs more than the previous. So this one will be 81, and then after a while it'll be, well, another 81,000, and so on and so forth. You can, let me find something like, okay, here you go. So you have these. You have increased XP on a kill. You kind of don't need that once you're at level 30. So realistically, you can get rid of it after that. But you have damage to elites, critical hit chance, health. If you really want to focus on health for chest pieces, if you come across a chest piece with low health, like even though it has, or you can focus on ammo capacity and armor and stamina. Anything that has like high armor, you necessarily need. If 1100 armor is pretty good, but let me get something I can actually switch. There we go. So yeah, there we go. Like the 4500 to 53,000 health, that can help a lot. Because if you balance your damage out, if your damage doesn't really change according to the chest piece you have, you can switch. You can roll extra health on a chest piece, and you'll have extra health and damage. It does definitely help. And then from there, you kind of just pick and choose how to reroll and stack each gear, and it's pretty simple. That's pretty much all there is to it. Other than that, to constantly check, you have these. Yeah. You have these. You have your, for your gear, you have your prototype firearm mods and stamina mods, and you have performance mods. If the mod is all the way on the right hand side of the gear you pick up, you can only mod it with a performance mod, and like plus critical hit pulse critical hit chance. If you use pulse often, which you'll probably only use in open world, then yeah, you can equip that performance mod for that. But in the dark zone, it may not be the same. Knee pads come with one regular and a performance mod, of course. Stamina mods. Knowing how to stack your mods is good. Like chest pieces often come with two mod slots. So normally you can double down on firearms or double down on health, or mix health and firearms together depending on how you do it. It'll boost your damage and DPS. You can see the somewhat immediate effects, but it also comes down to the gear that you're modding. Like I'm running, so these gear sets, 2-piece. I think this is 2-piece Hunter's Faith. Each gear set you come across, if you come across a named gear set where it says 2 of 6, like the backpack, the vest, and the mask or whatever, it tells you what set bonus you get if you acquire everything. So I have a 2 set bonus, is optimal range for all my marksman rifles, and or for all weapons in general. If you get a 4-piece Hunter's Faith, which I don't necessarily use. I don't run full gear sets because mixing and matching gear give you better damage and toughness versus running a full gear set. Some gear sets are specific to certain things. Some gear sets are really, it'll make you a full tank. Your DPS may be kind of low, but it'll be hard for people to kill you. Some builds are literally strict glass cannon builds. You can burn through almost anything and anyone on the game, but your toughness is shit. So you have to use overheal and stuff like that to keep your health high. And your skill power kind of represents how much health you get back. So if your skill power, let's say it's like, if I had 90,000 heal power, I get better overheals versus having it at 69. But I normally always sacrifice my skill power for toughness and DPS. That's just me personally. Pistols are going to be the hardest to keep high as far as DPS, so don't really worry about it, but just try to keep them in close range. At least try to keep them maybe, like if this does 200,000, like my rifles are in 200,000, so try to keep your pistol maybe within 10,000 of 200 or 10,000 of whatever number your highest rifle is. So if my rifle's in the 250s, I want to try to make my pistol at least 200,000 to kind of somewhat give it decent, because you're not going to use your pistol often, but you may have to for some rare occasion. And you have the sawn-off shotgun, of course, too. And that's honestly it. You get also, this is the recalibration station. So everything you collect throughout the game is here. You can recalibrate mass. Now, you're level 30. Since I didn't really buy a whole lot of blueprints during the game, that's not what I focused on. I just got through it. All this shit on mine, I don't necessarily need. You're probably going to need it either, because the new drops give you higher gear than what you can craft. So you don't really need it at all, to be honest. What you do need is these. When you pick up, when you get weapons blueprints and mod blueprints, look at the level requirement. The level requirement doesn't matter. Everything, once you hit 30, you have access to every weapon that drops to you. You need to look at its power level. Some mods have better power level than others, which means they'll do better on weapons. Power level 30, 31 and up is a good weapons mod. So when you craft a weapon, you have to break down. You can also craft these. They have power levels too. You have to weapons parts, tools. You can go around open world and scavenge and kill people for them. Kill like NPCs for them. But you always want to focus on your high-end weapons, like high-end stuff, because you got this. So what you do, you break down your blues. It'll allow you to. You can't even break down greens anymore. You basically break down all your blue stuff and turn it into high-end craft materials that you can use. Like you use your blues to keep your high ends high, like to keep material for your high ends. That's basically how it works. So basically, and honestly, that's pretty much in a nutshell. Everything else you already know. When you start stacking your Phoenix credits at the bottom, I would never recommend getting anything from here, because the shit costs way too much. And there's a guarantee that when you get it, the damage and stuff is going to be what you need. You might have a better weapon in that already. Like it may be the highest weapon for the patch at the time, but you're gonna always get better weapons than what they sell. So never buy anything from here. You're better off spending your Phoenix credits if you have to buy something on these, because you can actually get good drops. It's a random. They give you something random, but you can get up to 2. You can get up to. Sometimes you might get lucky and get a weapon and a gear, a weapon and 2 gears, 2 weapons and a gear. It varies, but they only cost 100. You're better off gambling with this than you are buying anything out of here. So, stash, of course. Your Dark Zone stuff, you can only extract up to 30 items. But before you go into the Dark Zone, kind of canvas it out with, like, if you're ever running with the boys, canvas it out. Because if the servers are hot, extracting things may be a problem, because people get rogue happy and start running around killing people for shit. Like, you've seen me get killed for random shit before. So your stash, obviously, up to 7. You can use this to kind of be a hoarder and store weapons that you can sell at a whim. Or if you get rid of something for something better, you can just keep weapons, because you never know what you're going to end up using. That's why I have so much stuff in here. Like, if you look, that's why I tell you how. Or if you make another character, your character, the stash is connected between characters. So once you hit level 30 with another character, you don't have to go farm. You can go to your stash and give your character all the gear that you left behind that you don't use on your normal character. A lot of this gear is mix and match gear for my other characters. So I can constantly just give it up, switch and swap out. Some things for one character may not be as good for another, so that also helps because it teaches you to like mix and match stuff. Extracted, you can extract gear, extract weapons. You get weapons caches from random chests, and you have your regular inventory. You have daily and weekly HVTs. Are like pretty much search and destroy stuff, like kind of similar to what we just did. Go into the terminal. Go top side real quick. The security wing. Once you get it to 100, you'll have this, the advanced weapons vendor. If you want my honest opinion, you don't need a damn thing from her either, because the highest gear score is about to change. So, they don't have it here anymore. Yeah, the highest gear score is about to change anyway. So 229 gear is going to be the lowest gear. Everyone's going to be maxed out at 229. Because I have all 229 gear. So this is the appearance vendor. Every whatever hours, camos and stuff reset. So if you want a camo for a gun, you can. You have weapons parts. You can get weapons parts out of here. They don't really give you too much, and I hope they fucking change that. Because I would figure if you leave this alone for days at a time, it would just constantly stock up and you get a bunch with one fell swoop. I'm hoping they change this, because all this does is give me shitty stuff like the scavenger crate or whatever. Hopefully they fix that in the patch. But this is the Dark Zone vendor. You can buy Dark Zone stuff from him. Like I said, I wouldn't do it. You're better off buying a Dark Zone sealed cache with 50,000 credits versus... Oh, and you automatically get Phoenix credits too. So their Phoenix credits come inside each cache you get, for the most part. So it's a good way to like stock up on 10 to 20 credits. But normally when you buy Dark Zone cache, it automatically, whatever is inside is automatically the highest current gear score. And I'm pretty sure they're going to keep that the same at 1.5. What else?
All right then.
Actually, yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, also you have these. Your abilities you already know about, right? Yeah, this is what you need to focus on. You need to like adjust your talents to when you're running solo versus running in a group. Like stuff like critical save, combat medic, tactical advance. Like if you lean more towards security, if you lean more towards getting good heals and stuff like that, then you would focus on medical and maybe a little bit of tech or things that complement what you do. I use cover to cover quite a bit, and my weapon damage is increased by 2% per meter covered for 10 seconds. This heal any ally with the you can heal any ally, like anybody. So if you pop an overdose or something and it heals, it reduces your skill cooldown. Everything kind of cools down a little faster. Triage is definitely a good one to have regardless of what you do. Critical save using a med kit during low health can increase damage by 40% for 10 seconds. This is also a good one. Combat medic using med kit near allies to heal group members and proxies within 20 meters by 40%. This is also a good one too. So a lot of this stuff complements you, and it like once you learn how to stack your talents, you'll be fine. Yeah, so you're pretty much perfectly fine. Like I said, inventory. This is contaminated stuff that you get from the Dark Zone. You can only extract 9 things. You can only pick up 9 things at a time. It kind of sucks. I'm hoping they change it, or I'm hoping we can get better gear to increase that, because being able to carry like maybe 12 things at a time, so it may prevent people from going rogue more often. Because losing 9 things is bad, but losing 12 would be even worse. So, oh, and also, your firearms, like the number of my firearms are at 4977, 4685, 2214 for electronics. You need to pay attention to that sometimes, because they also play into your weapon talents. Like maybe you may not get a certain weapon talent because your firearms may be enough for it, but your health may not be. So if you want to try to focus on something, depending on what you run on this particular day of the week, focus on trying to pick up weapons where you only need, if you're going to sacrifice skill power, like I do for toughness and DPS, try to pick up certain things or roll your weapons according to how you play. A lot of my main weapons, if you notice, my lightweight M4, I rolled it accordingly to my firearms and my health. Ferocious. Now, sometimes it's not always a guaranteed. Sometimes you may not get lucky. A weapon may come with 2 talents that require electronics and firearms. If your electronics are low, you're kind of just basically shit out of luck. But 2 talents, 2 out of 3 is better than none. You know? So just try to roll those accordingly. And that's basically it. Honestly, there's not a... Have you been in the underground yet?
Well, what can I show you?
Okay. You said what? You said you don't have that, do you? Oh. Alright, well, I'm about to log off, so if you want, you can download it and just log into mine and play it if you want. I don't really care. You can just go to the underground so you can see what it's like. If it works for your character, like if it download it off of mine, I will download it, and then if it works, you can just play it on yours. But other than that, that's it. No, you'll be solid. The 1.5 update is supposed to drop sometime this week, so. Oh, I know. I'm already knowing. All right, boy. Have a good one. Oh, also, you can also do this. So when you're playing, so random people can join your group. So go to group management. You hit square for privacy. You can be a private group to where you can only invite people. You can do friends only, or you can do open group, which means other random people can join in your group. I would do that at first, and then once you start to build a good amount of people to play with on a regular basis, you can change it to friends only. But normally, if not like if all of us are on and we're doing our own stuff, and everybody's busy, I would keep it an open group so people can join you. But then if you're constantly playing with your friends on a day-to-day basis, you can keep it friends only for the time being, because there are always people in here. Like, literally, there are always people in the terminal, always people in the underground, and there are always people, like, inside the base of operations. See? Someone just joined just now. Like literally, right as I said something, somebody joined. So, other than that, where the hell is he, though? That's what I'm trying to... Oh, he's right there. Yeah, so other than that, that's pretty much it. And then your clothes and stuff... Your clothes don't take up inventory. Once you pick up clothes, they don't do anything. You can just go through and change accordingly. You have weapon camos. I've collected a bunch of them. I couldn't even I probably have at least maybe 40. I just picked up these ones today after running this with you guys. These are the 2 new ones. But I like this, though. That green is cold. Vicious, fierce. Oh, I'm not. Oh, I definitely don't doubt it. I definitely don't doubt it. You'll definitely be fine. You'll pick it up pretty quick. Like here, I'll give you an example of weapon talents. So, some weapons that do good together when it comes to damage. Let's say I gotta find a gun that has it. Oh, okay, this is perfect. Unforgiving. The missing health isn't, well, this is one example. Missing health increases, your damage increases by the more health you miss. So if you're missing 1 bar, it increases by 10, and 2 bars by 25. You have brutal. Headshot damage is increased by 12 when using that weapon, and I have accurate. Another example. Let's see for another one. Okay, yeah, this is an example of just a flat out damage. Armor destruction versus everybody versus NPCs and players. Your armor destruction is increased by 15%. Unforgiving increases damage the more health you lose. And ferocious, damage against elite and named enemies. So if you're constantly playing against NPCs, this helps a lot. It's basically a damage stack, because as you lose health, your weapon gets stronger. So being able to stack stuff like this is key to certain to damage. But sometimes you may not get that lucky. Like, for example, this is a good one for mine: ferocious, vicious, and discipline. Killing your next target will make your for rifles, it'll make your weapon an automatic headshot. and I rolled this. Ferocious is a good one. Vicious is good. Is this the paratroop? Where's the other one? SOCOM. Surplus. Like Swift for fast reloading is good. If it's two damage talents and Swift, I wouldn't recommend you rolling it because having faster reload can actually help you in a pinch. But yeah, other than that, everything is simple. Yeah, I'm about to I forgot how to fucking end the broadcast, to be honest. No, I didn't.